everybody is doing well. So we're going to take a look real quick and see who is coming towards you in the next 48 hours. So this is a little bit different from my typical who's coming towards you. I'm doing things a little bit differently as well. Not only is this within the next 48 hours, but this is also, I've pre-picked all these oracle cards, and I have one of each of my favorite oracles here. We have the What's the Tea, the Love Oracles, the Twin Flame Audi Oracles, and then we also have a message card, which is a stack of different cards that are Into the Shadows, the Hidden Truth, first and second edition, and then also the love messages. So with that being said, I am going to pick a sticker from the box to place on each pile so that it's just a little bit of something that you can look at to kind of draw you in, or if some of you have a hard time picking a pile, some of you I know you can just look at whatever pile is here and you know that's the pile for you. But this just gives you a little bit of extra. So that being said, pile 1, let's see who's coming towards pile 1 the next 48 hours. Y'all have, oh, I've never pulled this before. What is that? What in the world? I think that is a, what is that, a llama with a unicorn horn? Okay, so if y'all know what this is, maybe it's a cartoon or something I'm not aware of, you're more than welcome to put that in the comments down below. Okay, so pile 2, y'all have the huge wave. That's interesting. Okay, pile 3 is coming towards you in the next 48 hours. Y'all have, oh, I'm loving that we're getting new stickers. This is the hot air balloon. It says love on it. I mean, I've had these stickers in the box forever, but sometimes I pull the same stickers. It's so weird. Okay, so pile 4, y'all have who's coming towards you and the jellyfish. Okay. So, I love how we're color coordinating with this. That's just a coincidence. Okay, so if you need it, there's a little bit of a meditation after the intro here, where you can take a big deep breath, and when you let your air out and open your eyes, which pile it is that you feel most drawn to. There may be more than one pile that you're drawn to, and that could be it's a different perspective that you're getting. It could be someone else's story that's close to you. You could be getting into a pile and say, you know, this really sounds so much like my friend. It sounds like my friend's story, you know. And it could be that maybe you're just a participant in that, or you're, you know, off to the side in some way, or they're telling you the story and maybe you can get some advice out of that. Who knows? So just keep an open mind, but also remember these are general. Don't ever try to make something fit. I would never tell you to go back to anyone that's been abusive to you, that's not been good to you, that it's long gone. But that's not to say that someone won't return as well. So keep that in mind. But if you don't want to listen to it, just simply don't listen to it. This is YouTube. It's up to you. You have the control over the pause, the forward button, whatever you want to do. I have other readings on my channel of who's coming towards you. So if you want to go look at some of those, or maybe I'm just not your reader, and that's okay too. There's a lot of other great readers out there. Actually, I will list a few readers that I love down below as well, just in case. Of course, I would want y'all to go to the people that I love and care about, my friends. But if not, there are millions of YouTube readers. So, but I am glad that y'all are here and y'all are giving me a chance. And thank you to everyone that's been loyal, and thank you to everyone that's been getting personal readings from me. I really appreciate you guys so much and your patience with me. I am fixing to close those for the next 6 weeks. As you know, I'm a single mom. I have 3 boys, and there's just a lot going on at the end of the school year. So in order for me to have adequate time with them and then still keep my YouTube channel going, I'm going to close my personals for a little bit so I can kind of just catch my breath. And I will reopen those probably in the mid or towards the end of May. So just keep an eye out for that. I always post on my community page when I'll open. So But thank you so much. And timestamps for everything for here will be down below. And I will see you at your pop. Hey, Paul 1. So if you chose we're going to call this a llama unicorn, okay? Purple llama unicorn at that. So purple does represent the crown chakra. So this could have something to do with that. And a llama actually is, if I remember correctly, represents perseverance and strength and aggressiveness when need to be. The fact that it has a unicorn, it's like llamas really typically aren't that unique, to be honest. I mean, well, at least not where I'm from, but it's not like there's a dime a dozen, right, of llamas, but with this unicorn horn, I mean, you don't see that ever. So this may be someone that is very unique. This may be someone that you feel like you connect with when it comes to the crown chakra. So you may feel like that you connect with this person when it comes to like your imagination or your thoughts or your intuitiveness or something that feels somewhat beyond the physical. So like you just connect with this person, like you just understand or get each other in some way. And that's unique and different. But on the outside, they may seem very, ordinary. And I don't mean that in a negative way. But they just may seem like they're just, a regular person. But there's so much more depth to this person under the surface. This could also symbolize feeling like someone is, like there's way more to this person than you thought. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what y'all have here. The first card is what's the T? Unfazed. Yeah. Okay. What did you want from me? Divine timing, wrong timing, stalemate, perfect timing, and waiting. And then you have cool peppermint, refreshing new energy, interesting and stimulating, pleasantly different from your usual type. So, yeah, that's a great way to put it. Thanks for that help there, Spirit. So who's coming towards you in the next 48 hours? There's someone that's here that's coming towards you that I feel like is wanting to ask you. I feel like they're wanting to ask you kind of what you wanted from them. So you may have had some kind of experience with this person where maybe it was the wrong timing. Maybe they've been waiting on you, or maybe the timing was off between you and them in some way. Maybe they came across as being not frazzled by it, but maybe they were, they just didn't want to show you that as much. Okay. I think this is somebody that's wanting to like have a refresh, have a restart, reconnect with you. Let's see. So we are going to use the Paul's Tarot. I love this tarot deck, and it's kind of fun. It is fun. It is fun, not kind of. Let's give it one more quick shuffle here. Okay. So let's see. Let me fix this real quick, guys. I feel like there, that's a little better, right? I want that lighting is a little off today. What does this person want from pile 1? This person, yeah, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. There was a lack of commitment here. So you weren't ever committed to this person in any way. The Eight of Cups in reverse. This person is having a hard time detaching. You have the World in reverse. They feel like that things aren't over between the two of you, or they feel like things were left with a lack of closure. Like you kind of left them hanging here. Why are these all reversed? It's crazy. Knight of Cups in the reverse. One upright. This is the King of Cups, Scorpio energy. It's funny when I say that, and then there's that one. This person I feel like is coming back around in a different type of energy. This is someone that's unhappy because they feel like that they've been waiting for a long time, maybe to hear back from you, or this is kind of an interesting energy. Tell me about this. Well, I already mentioned that, right? This is a unique or different kind of energy. Why is the Three of Pentacles here in reverse? The Moon. Did you like ghost this person? What's going on here? How are you feeling about this person? The Six of Wands. What is that about? The Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, well, what is this Six of Cups in reverse? The Lovers in reverse. Well, that sums it up. So, I think this is someone, I mean, I'm just going to putting it out there, guys. It is what it is, right? This is someone that you have some sort of past with. I feel like this is someone that's, that you feel like you saw this person for who they are. Whoever that is. I just feel like that, you know what, too? This unique, pleasantly different from your usual type kind of energy, this could be how this person saw you. But you could have felt the same way. But I do feel like with this energy, and this is how you're seeing this person, is you feel like you've kind of succeeded over this person in some way. You may have felt like this person was holding on to a relationship from their past. And this was something that you recognized, and this may be why you moved away from them. For some of you, for others of you, you may have had a connection with this person. Maybe you felt like they were non-committal, or you felt as if maybe you chose someone else over them. Whatever the reason that you know this person, I can tell you that you feel as if you were the victor here. So take that how it resonates. You feel like this person may have either, they were holding on to something in their past, some choices that they made. Give me one more. Let's do one more. Just one. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I think that y'all left this person out in the cold, to be honest with you. But I think that that was a choice that you made based off of what you experienced with this person. You felt as if this person had too much emotional baggage from their past, or you may have been waiting for things to get better here with this person and they hadn't, or you just felt like they were going through some stuff or something was going on here. Either way, you feel like that you recognized what was going on and you kind of moved away from that. Some of you, this was more intense than others. For some of you, didn't know this person that well, but you recognized that they were still holding on to something of their past. For others of you, this was way more intense. You had a real relationship with this person and you were waiting for them for things to get better, and it's like they never really did. Okay. So back to your person. This person that's coming towards you in the next 48 hours. This is someone that doesn't know if you're committed to someone else, or doesn't, like, you kind of left them hanging is what they feel. That doesn't mean you did. This is what they feel. You have the moon energy here, which is Pisces energy, Cancer there as well. It's like this person doesn't understand why you wouldn't commit or why things weren't working out. Why you wouldn't work with them. Why you wouldn't, yeah, why do you not want to work with them? They feel like there's more to the story than what meets the eye. Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse? This person definitely is still attached to you. You have a Queen of Wands in the reverse. This person, I feel like they know that you're not interested, though. So why are they coming towards you? Why is the World in reverse? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Nine of Cups here in the reverse? The Six of Swords. This person's not happy wherever they are. If they chose someone else or went into a different direction, they're not satisfied or happy with that. They still have you in their head. It's like still trying to figure out a relationship or why a relationship didn't work out. Why you're dating. Why you're like trying to work things out with someone else. You know, you still have this like idea of what happened with that actually in the back of your head. You just like you constantly feel like there's more to the story. That's the way this person feels. They're very unhappy. They're unhappy about the timing of things. They feel like the timing was off. If the timing was different, then maybe things would have been different. If the timing was better, then you could have transitioned into something different. They also may feel like they felt, you know, like with time that this would go away, this feeling of trying to figure out what really happened here would go away, but it didn't. And they very much so may have been attached to someone that they recognize or see now wasn't necessarily good for them. This may have been someone that they went back to. You have Sagittarius here. Why is the King of Cups here? The Nine of Swords. Why is this person coming towards you? They're very nervous to come towards you. But they do have emotions still here. They're trying to be unfrazzled. They're trying to stay secure in how they feel and who they are and the situation, but they are holding back how they really feel, and they're really worried. This person's really worried. I think some of this has to do with being worried that they will never find somebody like you, being worried of how you see them, what you think about them, being worried about like what's going on here with you. There's a lot to do with memories on the wall here. You even have a little YouTube symbol there. I think this person really, they may have a hard time like taking care of things around them that they know need their attention or energy. Because they are in this, they're sad. I mean, this is someone that's sad. They're coming towards you because they feel a new energy. I think this person feels as if they've come up with some kind of solutions or conclusions. I want to know about this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands. This kind of, I mean, this is not going to make you feel that great, you know, but if this is someone that went back to someone else, this is like they feel like that this is good news. They're going to say, I thought I was still attached to someone, but I wasn't. You know, I thought I was still attached, but I'm totally over that person. I'm so not attached to them anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. I now know what I want, you know, and it's like, well, I mean, now it's kind of too late, right? Tell me about the moon. 8 of Pentacles. This person doesn't understand why you don't want to work with them, why you're not interested in working something out. Why is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse? The 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so here's the deal. This person wants to get out of their head is what the deal is. What did you want from me? This is like a typical case of someone that just doesn't understand how you couldn't see things the way that they saw it. Like you couldn't see the potential, the long-term potential, the way that they saw it. They may have been putting in a lot of work and effort, and they felt like that you weren't recognizing that. But meanwhile, over here, all you could see was that this person was still stuck on something of the past, or that maybe you were stuck on something of the past, and it had to do with maybe not being chosen at some point. Okay, so why is the 6 of Swords here with that 9 of Cups in the reverse? The Emperor. This person is going to show up trying to prove to you something. This person wants to prove, kind of like prove themselves, prove who they are, prove to you something. Almost kind of proving to you that they're not, you won't be happy without them, or that they can make you happy. You know, this is all about like timing. Give me some time to show you that I've changed. That's what this, you know, is representing here. But meanwhile, you have the 9 of Swords over here with the King of Cups, which is Aries energies here with the Emperor and the Hanged Man. That's kind of what I was just talking about. That Hanged Man is Pisces energy again. And again, it's like, this is someone that's a refreshing new energy. You know, they're wanting to show you that, they're wanting to give you another perspective. You don't have to be worried here about them. They are secure. They're strong. They know what they want. They know who they are. Their emotions are strong here for you. How are you going to react to this? How are you going to react to this? The Star in the reverse. You feel like this is no longer a wish for you. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I think that you're no longer interested in this. Ace of Cups in reverse. I mean, that's pretty clear, right? 3 possible potential outcomes, offers, and they're all in reverse. You no longer see this as your wish. You may no longer have the same amount of emotions for this person. You know, and by the looks of it, there's a good reason why that is. This is like your inability to be able to turn things around. So you kind of, you know, overcome this challenge on your own here with the 6 of Wands. Tell me what the underlying energy of the star is. That's Aquarius, by the way. Strength. Yeah. This has required you a lot of patience and strength to get to this point to where you just don't see a future here. That's Leo energy. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? The Hierophant. This is basically you turning down a commitment. Why is the Ace of Cups in the reverse? The Five of Wands. You may have some competition or someone else that you're interested in. You may have other people competing for your attention. Why is the Five of Wands here? King of Swords, or you could be dealing with the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. You also have Taurus and Leo here. The Five of Cups. I don't know who this person, what this person did exactly. For everybody, it may be a little different, but I can tell you that there's too much chaos and confusion and conflict, and maybe even other people involved or outside interference. That has created this inability to be able to be vulnerable or open up with this person. And I think that you're trying to be logical here with this Five of Cups, where this is, this is a disappointment, but there was this is like too many mistakes, right? There was too many mistakes or changes. You have two fives here, you have another one over here. All these fives that are here, conflict, competition. So this person may have put you in competition with someone else. Then you have these mistakes or disappointments that are here when it comes to this person and their way of thinking or communication. And then you have this Five of Pentacles over here. It's almost like you had to get yourself out of this lack mentality that this person put you in. This person may have made you feel not good enough, or something to that nature that made you no longer look at them the same way. Whereas you realized it wasn't a you problem, that was a them problem, and that there's nothing wrong with you. You know? Why is this person coming back around? I just think they want to know if there was anything that they could do or anything that they could have done. What could they have done differently? What is this person coming back around to pile one? The Ace of Swords in reverse. They want to know what they feel like they don't know. They feel like there's more that you haven't expressed to this person. What do they feel? What do they think? The King of Wands in reverse. I mean, they're just frustrated. I think that this is Leo energy. This is somebody that just kind of frustrated because things didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. And it couldn't be anything that they did, you know. Or maybe they're realizing there are things that they did, but they were trying to make up for those things. And I mean, this is somebody where I think that this whole situation kind of hurt this person's ego. So it's like their ego's trying to fight for life. You know, their ego's trying to fight for understanding. This person may have a big ego, or they may feel like they have a lot to offer, or they were very diligent towards you, you know. They were trying to work things out. They were trying to put in a lot of effort here. But you were still not wanting to commit to them, which I think that you had good reason. It's almost like, too, this is the feeling I get, okay? It's not really necessarily from the cards. It's a energetic feeling of someone that may not even really truly want you back as much as they just want to know that they can get you back. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah, Three of Swords in reverse. This is reconciliation. Five of Swords in reverse, making amends. Yeah, because this has been too difficult here. But I don't think this person made very good choices. Look at that. Yeah. This person didn't make very good choices. You can have this Ten of Pentacles, which is something strong and stable and secure, and you know, have everything that you need and ever desire or want, but then you may not have any trust in the relationship. And then that's just not going to work. You know, you have to be able to have trust with one another. If you have like the material things, if you have the security and that type of stuff, that's great. But if you don't have a secure partnership and you can't trust that person, then you're not going to get very far, you know. I think this person may have made some bad decisions or choices, and you may no longer felt safe with this person. The time here has been hard for this person. The time that's gone by has been hard. They may have been trying to wait and let some time go by. They may have even went back to someone else here. Should I look into that? I kind of want to, just because I'm nosy. They went back to someone. How did that go? Crossroads. They went back to someone. How did that go? Truth. They went back to someone. How did that go? Intuition. Home is at the bottom. I feel like it didn't work out there, because I feel like that there was some sort of honest confession about choices that were made, and somebody followed their intuition on this. It's almost like if you were in a relationship with this person, they were seeking shelter. Even if that shelter had to do with like going back to something that was toxic, it was still some sense of comfort or shelter from this pain that they've experienced with you, right? So, but this other person may have intuitively picked up on the real reason that they were seeking shelter with them. That's very interesting. Can you give me any more information on that, just to be nosy? Yeah, the Page of Cups. The Knight of Swords in reverse. That didn't go very far. The High Priestess, yeah. This High Priestess is Pisces energy, so they may have been dealing with someone that was listening to their intuition. They didn't take this person's offer. This is someone that may have they may have went to this person with an apology, with a very like sincere or sweet kind of energy, but it didn't go like they wanted it to go. And I don't think that there was any like, there may have been with that Knight of Swords in reverse. I mean, I don't think this person got their way like they wanted, and that was upsetting. They may have been frustrated or went through some obstacles because this person may have turned them away. But this is someone that is listening to their gut feeling or their intuition. And yeah, so it wasn't so much so if this person comes back around and says, oh, you know, it's over with that person. I've already tried that and there's nothing there. I'm telling you, I don't have the same feelings. I don't feel the same way. I'm not attached to them like I used to be. There's nothing there. That's not going to happen. It's because this other person turned them down. Maybe not initially, but eventually. Anyway, let's see what we can close with. What can we close with? Let's see what the future future is here. Can you give me any future information, please? Wedding. Taking your relationship to the next level one step at a time. And relax. Some of you, not everybody here, of course. If you haven't yet, I feel like somebody new may be coming into your energy. You have destiny here at the bottom. The reunion with your twin flame is a destined event. Some of you may be feeling like you're coming into union here with the twin, or you may feel like that you are meeting someone new that you connect with in a deep, intimate level, and where you can relax and you don't have to be anxious or afraid or anything like that's going on. And it says find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. So you can, someone that you can just be with and be happy with and be comfortable with. You feel like this is kind of faded in some way. Yeah, definitely. This is somebody that you can trust. And you've learned this lesson of guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. So I think for some of you, you've moved on. If you haven't yet, I think you will very soon. You may be coming into union that is with someone that you may be with for a really long time. You know, you feel comfortable and open and trust. So this person's not going to be happy about that. What else? Let's get some overall advice to close. I'm gonna use some of these actually. How long was I here? 31 minutes. We've been at it for 31 minutes. I'm trying to cut down on my readings, guys, so that y'all can like watch these, you know, and your lunch or something like that. Number 25. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. So some of you may be, this is like something that you feel like is over and done with, and you've moved on, and you're in this place now to where you're wanting to put your energy into being creative and doing something that is for you, something that you can have as your own. Maybe you're building something new, or you're starting a whole new adventure for yourself into having some creative, pursuing something creative here, maybe even as a career or something of that nature. Okay. Or a hobby, you know. It's like your outlet is creativity. Let your dreams be your wings. So that ties in with that. Be a nice human. So that's kind of a saying here, you know, if this person does come back around in the next 48 hours, it's basically telling you to just don't allow this person to create negative karma for you, you know, to make sure that when you react to this person, you react with trying to still maintain this being a nice human. You are worth it. Life is tough, but so are you. Oops. And then you also have, a K, an E, a C, an R, a P, a U, P-U, an O. It's just a coincidence, huh? And a Q. It's funny. CPR is here as well. So like somebody trying to bring something back to life. I heard creep in my head. Well, you can kind of see it right there, but creep, recoup, crowd, crayon. When I hear crayon, sometimes I think that people, you know, there's something you can say like, give me a crayon and let me draw it out for you. Something that I just heard. Cop, ER, cope. Be careful, this person may make you feel bad. I have never in my life, ever, been with anyone in my life, and I've been in long-term relationships, 2 marriages, and every other relationship. I'm a Cancer, and I'm a Taurus Venus, and so I like long-term relationships. And anyways, I've never in my life ever been in a relationship where that person didn't try to make me feel bad for leaving at some point, somehow or another, whether they felt like they were doing it or not. What else? Okay. Euro is here. Anything else? Probably. Keith, Kenneth. Peru. I just heard. Well, it's there. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys with this, and I hope to see you soon. Oops. I gotta do something about that for real. Okay. Sorry. Can't even see it anyways. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, Paul 2. So if you chose the huge wave that we have here, so who's coming toward you in the next 48 hours? So I feel like whoever this is, they may be coming toward you with a lot of emotion. They could be someone that's a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They could be someone that is bringing a significant shift towards you, maybe an emotional shift. They could be bringing something in that may wipe something out. So lots of different kinds of ways to interpret that. Let's see what we have here as far as your oracles go. We have what's the T oracle. So marrying for money. That's interesting. Okay. And we also have my life is not as together as it seems. We have the young, children, youthful spirit, and inner child healing. And then we also have crossroads. That's very interesting. Who is coming towards you guys in the next 48 hours? So I feel like that this is someone that is, this may be a friend. Okay. This is someone that I feel like is at a turning point here in their life. And this can be someone that is, this could have something to do with children, and their situation may look like everything's together on the outside, but this may be someone where their life is not together. And this is something that they're trying to make a decision about something. They may be coming towards you for advice. This could be someone that you are in a relationship with. This marrying for money card, which is not my favorite. But it could be that this person is making or made a decision to stay committed to someone for the children or for the finances, but things aren't going as well as what they wanted them to go. This may be somewhat of a turning point here. This is going to be interesting. I feel like this is going to be a very different reading from what I'm used to. Okay. This could be someone that's making a choice here. This young card too can also just represent a new beginning as well. We are going to be using a new deck, and it's called the Majestic Rim Tarot. It's on Etsy if you are interested in it. I'll list it down below. Okay, let's see what the heck is going on here. What is this about? Who is coming towards Paul 2 in the next 48 hours? We have Four of Swords, so this is someone that's been reevaluating things. We have the Seven of Cups, and we have Justice. This is somebody that's been reevaluating what is fair, the choices that they have in front of them, and what is fair. They've been sitting and resting and thinking about what is fair. Being fair. You have a Page of Wands, so there's the message. The Page of Wands usually represents a good message that's coming in. I like Justice being upright, and you have an Ace of Pentacles. So there's an opportunity on the table. This is someone that's coming in that has an opportunity to make something right. They're at a turning point here. They're looking at their options. This is someone that wants a new beginning. They feel as if, you know, their life is not as together as it seems. Maybe they made the wrong choices in the past. Tell me more about the Four of Swords. You have a King of Cups here. Scorpio energy. Why is the Seven of Cups here? So it's like this person sitting and reevaluating how they feel emotionally about the situation, trying to kind of get a good grip on their emotional stability. Why is the Seven of Cups here? You have a Five of Wands in the reverse. So for some reason, I want to say this person may be overcoming some challenges. This is someone that could be looking at their options, trying to avoid some kind of conflict, trying to avoid arguments, perhaps even. Tell me about justice. Justice. You have a King of Pentacles. So you have a King of Cups, a King of Pentacles. This is somebody that's trying to make something right. They're reevaluating how they really feel, and they're trying to look at things from an outside perspective. Is that what this is? This Five of Wands in reverse? What is this? It's the Hanged Man in reverse. I feel like this is definitely somebody that's trying to avoid arguments or conflict. You see, this is the same bunny rabbit in the same jacket. So this is like someone that's having a hard time seeing something any other way. It's like, I can't see it any other way. This is, no matter what I choose here, I don't know that I'm going to be able to avoid this argument, this interference here. There's no way around it. It's like this person's, it's like they're trying to listen to their heart, but by doing so, they have to address something, and it could cause a bunch of, like, they could cause some drama, could cause a little bit of chaos, like the wave. And they're contemplating this, and they're figuring out, like, I don't feel like that there's any way around this. I feel like no matter what I choose, I'm still going to have to go through this Five of Wands. There's no other way around it. And this is fairness. This is justice. The King of Pentacles is someone that is honorable and committed, and they want to be fair. Why is the Page of Wands here? It's also Capricorn energy. Two of Cups with the Page of Wands. This is a relationship. This is good news here around a relationship or a commitment. What's the Ace of Pentacles about? The Nine of Swords. That's kind of a strange combination. This is somebody that's going to bring you some sort of a decision or choice that you'll have to make. And it may cause you to have some sort of anxiety here. This opportunity that this person's giving you. I do feel like that this is someone that may be wanting to have some kind of commitment with you. So marrying for money doesn't always represent marrying for money. It could also, the money could also represent a pentacle, and a pentacle represents something secure and strong or stable. So this could be someone that's wanting to offer you these things, offer you something strong, stable, and secure. You know, and it could be that the two of you build that together, and this is why this is here. My life is not as together as it seems. And there could be children here that are involved or important. trying to do the right thing or do what's fair by you. Tell me about this King of Cups with the Four of Swords. This is somebody that's like reevaluating the matters of the heart. The Four of Wands. And it has to do with marriage. That's marriage. That's the marriage card. Union. Reconciliation. You know, or coming together, or a celebration in some sort. I feel like this is marriage, obviously, because you have that card there. Reevaluating a marriage, reevaluating matters of the heart. Tell me more about the Four of Wands. The Sun in reverse. This is Leo energy. This is something is sad around this. Why? Or a disappointment, or that. What is the Sun in reverse? Ooh, that flipped right over my hand. You have the Star in reverse. This is somebody that's reevaluating what it is that they want. All these fours. And then the Sun and the Star. They're trying to figure out what it is exactly that they want from this union. They're reevaluating kind of what they want, what's going to make them happy. Being disappointed or any kind of disappointments around this. They're looking at their options of how to approach or avoid some sort of conflict. There's a sacrifice here that's going to almost kind of going to have to be made. This person's trying to avoid this sacrifice. And you can't really, if Justice is here and the King of Pentacles. Tell me, why is the Hanged, this is Pisces energy here with the Hanged Man. Hanged Man with the Five of Wands in the reverse. The Chariot. This is getting out of something. Yeah, this person's trying to get out of something. They're looking at their options of how to get out of something. Why is Justice and the King of Pentacles here? Cancer energies here. This is also like somebody that wants to have a turn of events. And this is something that's moving very quickly. Like they want to... This is like quickly getting over something and getting yourself unstuck from something and moving in a positive direction. There's this fantasy type of way of thinking around this, though. It's almost like, oh yeah, I have all these options here and I can choose something, how to avoid outside interference or how to avoid some kind of chaos or how to get myself unstuck. And sorry guys, I just spaced out all of a sudden. I was fixing to say something else and I heard my son in the background. If y'all couldn't hear him, he's pretty loud. He's playing his game in the room next to me. And I started looking at this Chariot card with the 3 sheep on here. And I don't know if that's relevant, important. But the Chariot is the Emperor, you know. And a victorious energy riding off to celebrate, you know. Moving in a positive directions. It's also about an independent energy. It's like, how can I be the leader here? How can I get this to go into the right direction or go into the right place? And there's kind of a fantasy way of thinking around this. Now that King of Pentacles of Justice is someone wanting to do right. Temperance. This is somebody that wants to make peace, bring balance. Have something to offer. This is someone that wants to be committed to you. Tell me about that Two of Cups with the Page of Wands. See Judgment in reverse. See how he has the apple in his hand and it's green? For some reason, it makes me feel like an offer of a fresh new beginning in some way, but like leaving a contract or a relationship up to you. Because this is, for me, a message of good news, right? But with Judgment in reverse, I feel like you're the one that's at the crossroads. What do you think about this? What is the Nine of Swords? Why is the Nine of Swords here with that Ace of Pentacles, with that offer, that new beginning? Ooh, that flipped over in my hand. It's the Emperor in reverse. This is someone that almost kind of feels like they're not ready. You know, to be honest with you, it feels like somebody that's not ready, but they're doing it anyways. That might be what this young card represents. Because even though you see these kings here, you see the Emperor here in reverse. This person's worried that they're not going to have what you want or what you need. They're still coming in with this offer. But this is a fear that they have, or a worry that they have. That they won't be able to provide, or that could be what this is here too. Why is Judgment in reverse? Look at there. King of Swords in the reverse. I just heard it's not up to me. It's not up to me. It's like, these two cards are not the bestest of cards. In reverse, the Emperor and the King of Swords, both. But, with that being said, I don't see it bad here. I just see it as, I think this is this person. Because we're talking about who's coming towards you. We have all these kings on the table, the Emperor. This is definitely heavy masculine energy. If they're coming, the reason that they have Judgment here in reverse, I'm trying to clarify that, is you have the King of Swords in reverse. That's someone that doesn't know what to do, or doesn't have a plan. And they also may feel like it's not up to them. Look at this, the Lovers. You know what this feels like, this reading? It feels like somebody that wants to offer you something but doesn't have anything to offer. Let's look more into this Emperor here in reverse. Like, this is the way they feel. The Magician in reverse. They don't have what they need to make something happen. This is someone that feels like a disappointment, or doesn't want to be a disappointment. I keep hearing in my head too is, I won't be able to provide. I won't be able to provide. What is the most important thing? This person, how does this person feel about you? Let's look at that. How does this person feel about you? Because you have the Two of Cups and the Lovers here. So that's a relationship. That is a romantic, spiritual relationship, you know, where you feel aligned with that person. You're choosing that person. You see them as your person. So, but my life is not as together as it seems with marriage, with marrying for money. There's a lot, this person, like a lot of pressure I feel like this person's thinking or feeling. How does this person feel about you? How does this person feel about pile 2 that's coming towards them in the next 48 hours? The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, that explains everything. The Nine of Pentacles is someone that is independent and financially secure and confident, and you have everything that you need. That's the Nine of Pentacles. That's pre-Empress energy as well. So it's like you have the ability to create what it is that you want for yourself. This is how they feel about you. That shows why an Emperor wouldn't feel like that they're able to create something here with the Magician. Why is the Nine of Pentacles? Wait, How else does this person feel about you? The Nine of Swords in reverse. This is someone that feels as if you could turn your back on them at any time. This person may have some abandonment issues, or they feel as if they don't feel worthy enough, they feel like you can kind of just turn your back on them and you would be fine. That doesn't mean they still don't want you, though. That's just something that is causing them some stress. This person desperately wants to offer you something solid, really solid. That's why the wave is here. There's a lot of emotion that's going to come out of this, I feel. Even though we really don't see that much in the cards. Because this person, I feel like, is trying to be emotionally secure in themselves, but they're having a really difficult time doing that. When they think about marriage, or when they think about commitment, or when they think about what they have to offer, they see you in this energy of the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Fool. So they see you as you can take the risk here. You know, you have this, you have everything that you want or need, or you're going to be fine without them. Like you're in a better position to be able to take a risk. You can turn your back and start something fresh and start over, you know, but maybe they can't, or something like that. Okay, well, the Empress and the Four of, yeah, this is exactly what I'm trying to describe. So this is your divine counterpart here, or a divine counterpart here. You have this Empress and the Libra and Taurus energy with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is freedom. This person feels like you're free. You're free to be able to go and do and whatever you want. That's maybe also, it's funny because it's like a double-edged sword. This could be why this person wants to offer you something solid, is because they don't want to lose you, but in the same sense, they feel like they can't offer you what you deserve. If that makes sense. How do you feel about this person? How do you feel about this person, Paul, too? It's coming towards you. Page of Swords. You feel like they're making a lot of promises. The Tower. Okay. So it's funny too, because I told you this person's coming in like a wave, like they're going to bring this to you. That's kind of like what you see here with the Tower. That Page of Swords is information. I'm asking how you see this person, though, or how you feel about this person. And I think that you feel like there's some significant changes that are going on with this person, or things that are totally different with that Tower that's there. But you also feel like they are making a lot of promises, like making a lot of promises about changes taking place. Death. There's change. That's a card of transformation and change. So you see this person as promising a lot of significant changes. What do you want from this person? Scorpio energy's there. What do you want from this person? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, I don't think you want anything with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Swords. The Eight of Swords in reverse. There's 10 swords here. You may not be wanting anything from this person because you yourself may be afraid of this person being indecisive, and you're trying to not get in your head about it. I mean, you see this person and this Page of Swords, it's like somebody that can deliver a lot of promises to you, but are those promises that they can keep? You know, they promise you the Tower and Death here, that there's going to be like these huge changes that take place, or things being so different, you know, or whatever the case. But can they deliver that? And you are, you know, this Eights are about actions. So it's kind of like you're challenging that in a way of saying, well, let's see if your actions match up to your words, kind of way of thinking. So you don't really want anything from this person. I think you're more so kind of sitting back and waiting or watching to see if their words and actions match before you make any kind of decision. Or it's just like you're believing it, but you're not believing it to its fullest, because maybe you have history with this person. Did you have history with this person? I'll pull 2 cards. Yeah, the 4 of Cups, that's looking back at the past, and the 3 of Pentacles. So what you're doing is you're looking at the past commitments that this person has made to you, and if those were commitments that stayed in place or didn't hold up. And this may not be something big. It could be, they canceled on you a lot, or they promised you that you were going to move in together at some point and that never happened, or, it could be anything. But this is like kind of what I was talking about here. It's kind of like a different way of saying this message. You're looking at the past, and this is also a card of kind of reevaluating the commitments that you've had in the past or that were made in the past. What does this person ultimately want with you? 5 of Swords. 3 of Swords. What do they ultimately want with you? What? The Devil? Tell me about the 5 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. I gotta be honest, I don't really like this energy here. What do they really want with you? Why is the 3 of Swords here? Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, I think I get it. I feel like this person doesn't want to be confused or doesn't want to run into any kind of conflict around finances or a foundation or security in any kind of way. This is someone that feels better or more comfortable going into a commitment or a union, feeling confident about themselves and having everything that they need or want, because they don't want to end up in a position to where it seems like they're taking advantage of you, or that you could take advantage of them, either way. So what do they want from you? This is somebody that doesn't want this to also end in heartbreak. They don't want you to, this is someone that doesn't want you to look at them and not trust them. They don't want you to get the wrong impression of why they're here or what they want from you, just because they don't have the same amount to offer in some way. Why is the Devil here in reverse? That's Capricorn. You have Cancer there as well. Why is the Devil in reverse? See, they're trying to release any kind of the toxic way of thinking or toxicities. This is the Knight of Wands in reverse. They don't want you to see them in this way. And maybe you have before because of this. This is someone that doesn't want you to see them as a player. They don't want you to see them as trying to play games with you. They're trying to represent themselves in a different type of energy. What should you know about this person that's coming towards you? Call 2. What should you know about them? The Hierophant. This is somebody that is, their morals and their standards are in order. With the Hierophant, with what's right. They want justice in the situation with you. They want to be fair. This is somebody that wants commitment. They want you to be able to trust them. The Ace of Cups in reverse. I think this is someone that has a really hard time being vulnerable, and they feel like with love, that leaves them very vulnerable. This is also someone that may struggle with loving themselves. We see that here because this idea of being with you or this situation with you is definitely pushing on their own insecurities and they're kind of masking that in this King of Cups energy with, you know, trying to show emotional stability, when meanwhile here they're insecure because they feel disappointed maybe in themselves, or at times they may feel like things aren't going their way, or they're losing hope in some way. What does this person ultimately want with you? 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Tell me more about that. Explain that to me. That is the 6 of Swords in the reverse. So even if you don't even say anything to this person, they just feel like that if they can't if they're not successful, or they can't bring you or offer you something, that you won't be able to ever see long term with them. Tell me about the Ace of Cups in the reverse. That's the Knight of Cups in reverse. Why? Why is that? The 6 of Wands in reverse. It's like somebody that feels like you can just like shut yourself off from, if you feel like that this is something that won't be successful, then you can move in a different direction. Like it's not going to, it may affect you, but it's like you still have the ability or confidence to do that. This person, I mean, this definitely weighs on them, that these insecurities, like they feel like they're not, this is someone that really like has a hard time here. They feel like they're not worthy. This is kind of a weird way of this reading coming out. It's kind of different because it's like, it's not straightforward at all, these cards. It's more so this person's like basing everything off of their own anxieties of the way something's going to happen. You know that movie, Inside Out, the second one? I don't know if y'all watched that. I have 3 kids, so we watched it in the theater. But on the second one, there's anxiety. You know, it's all about this little girl, and it goes to all these little people in her head, and there are different emotions, and you have anxiety in the second version. And the whole time, anxiety is trying to like pre-plan for every kind of worst case scenario that happens. And he gets anxious, obviously, you know, he gets really scared, and then he starts to scare all the other emotions, you know, in a way. And Joy's always telling him to like, calm down, just calm down, you know, and be optimistic, basically, you know. This is someone that has a hard time doing that. It's like in their mind, they do everything based off of anxiety. And that's, whew, man, golly, you know, that's a hard way to live, right? Because every decision that you make is going to be based off of every worst case scenario that you've ever made, instead of just having the ability to take a risk or a leap. They have to look at and make sure that it's like somebody that's always going, well, let's just make sure we're following all the rules. I got to double check, you know, I just need to check everything and make sure I'm following every single rule, right? And it's like, come on, let's go. We're going to miss it. You know, if we sit here and try to make sure that we're doing everything exactly right, preparing for every worst case scenario, we're going to miss the whole event altogether. Like, let's just do this thing. You know? Okay, so ultimately what they're coming to you, offering you something, but it's like somebody, it's a pessimistic way of offering someone something, which is exactly what I'm talking about in this reading. It's like somebody saying, here, you know, like this is really what I want. I mean, but you don't, like, it didn't have to be that way. That's just, you know, it's just like an idea of something that I have, or I want to offer you, or how I see things. But I mean, it doesn't have to happen like that. Like, it's just, you know, that's just, I'm just saying, like, it could happen like this way, but I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. It can be whatever you want it to be, you know, it's up to you, it's your decision, you know, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not somebody that kind of just feels confident and just going for what they want and taking that risk and leaving that decision up to you. It's someone that's like, yeah, they come at you in a different way. So how are they going to approach you? What kind of energy will they approach you in? The Five of Pentacles, that's it. Like already lack mentality. They're coming towards you already feeling like they don't have enough. I'm laughing and I don't mean to laugh. It's just, it's such a hard, I could not even imagine having to live in that mindset. If you're in a lack mentality for everything that you do, you'll never be able to live life to its fullest ever, because again, you're already like preparing for every worst case scenario there is. Ace of Swords. This is someone that's coming towards you that's wanting to speak an honest truth. Has to do about what they want to offer you, but they can't offer you in some way. You know, Six of Cups in reverse. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to use a whole tarot deck. We have the World in reverse. There's that offer with that apple again. like Judgment, right? Why is that Ace of Swords here? The Page of Cups. Why is the Six of Cups in reverse? The Nine of Wands. What is the... Give me one more for the Six of Cups in reverse. What is this about? Ace of Wands in reverse. So basically, the King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. It's weird too, because this person, like, they feel really passionate about this and about you. But when it comes down to the actually, like, having a conversation here, let's see what this person would say. It's like they have the most confidence in the world until they, like, come towards you. And it's a different type of feeling. Something could have happened in the past where there was some kind of a false start. This person may have tried to have this conversation with you before, or in the past, maybe they tried something and it didn't work out. And it was just extremely difficult. You know, this is extremely difficult. So they're still kind of carrying that in their mind when they're coming towards you. But yeah, this is somebody that's wanting to send a message. I mean, they're opening up to you, of being honest and truthful to you. They're in a very loving, like, energy, playful kind of. They may start this in a more of a playful kind of energy, but then it may turn serious. You ever, like, have a conversation with somebody and they tell you something and you're like, no, but really, you know, really, and then it kind of, this conversation kind of shifts. You see that here? What would this person say to you? Call to if they could say anything. In that moment, I didn't care. I look for you everywhere. What would this person say to you? Look at that. Support. Lean on your inner circle at this time. I'm going to look at something real quick. Yeah. This person's trying to do differently. You may have had an ending with this person before, or they are going through some sort of ending here, but they're trying to prioritize what's important to them. Prioritize, do something differently, do things differently. What would this person say? This is someone that definitely wants to be a support to you. You have strictly sexual here as well. It's with this. I don't know why I put it over here instead of over here, but this could have may have been somebody. You see that Nine of Swords and that Nine of Wands earlier that we saw in reverse, like this person's trying to do things differently. This person may have once, this maybe was a strictly sexual kind of relationship, or they were like playing games with you in some way, and maybe at that time they didn't care as much. But then there's this, they went through this period of where they kind of looked for you everywhere, like they were, realized they were more interested in you, and now they want to be this support system here for you. Okay. What else would this person say? Okay. It says, I wish I could share my good news with you. I need to focus on my healing. Just being near you is intoxicating. What else would this person say to you? I feel you leaving me behind. This person, they deal with a lot of insecurities, I feel like. They may have not until they got with you, and then now that they're with you, they start to feel these. That happens. You know, that happens, of course, because you're with someone that's like, especially if this divine counterpart, and they're like mirroring back to you your shadows. So yeah, that's bound to happen. I'm waiting for an apology. Your intellect arouses me. So take that apology card if it applies. Maybe some of you, that's not the case. This person may have felt like they owed you an apology or you owed them one. Let's see what's going to happen here in the near future with these. And then we will get some advice and close. What's going to happen in the near future with this? These came out together. We have attraction. You are attracting the right person at the right time into your life together. Find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together and dressing up. An opportunity to dress up and party, fun times ahead. So maybe you're going out with this person. There's an opportunity for the two of you to go out or go do something. You have true love at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, this isn't a bad reading. I just feel like you have somebody here that's kind of going through some difficulties and insecurities in what they have to offer. I mean, I feel like you're very attracted to this person. I feel like this person's very attracted to you. They do want you. I mean, they want something here with you. They're trying to almost prove themselves to you in a way. And this is somebody that, even if you're totally happy with this person, they could be comparing themselves to someone else that can provide all those things or more than they can. And so they feel like you deserve all of that. And so they put a lot of pressure on themselves. And you have true love here, a deep and enduring relationship going beyond superficial attraction. Even though you are very attracted to this person. Interesting. Let's see what kind of advice they have here. I just saw love resurrection. So what advice do you have for pile 2 about this person? Nothing is missing. That's a great card for advice, and I don't ever hardly see this card. It's number 32, which is 5, which is about changes. It says, make what you have enough and truly appreciate what you already have. Find peace in the present moment. That almost makes me want to cry, because that's really what this person's advice should be, you know? Okay, we have third party here. So this person may be comparing themselves to outside individuals, or someone else could have some kind of an interference or effect on this person in some kind of way. It's causing insecurity, but it says, someone you're not aware of will affect the outcome. Everything will unfold for the greatest good of all involved. Then you have not prepared. Yeah, this is what I was talking about this person, though. Like them not being prepared for, or feeling that way, at least. Number 26. You're navigating a tricky situation. Create or reconsider the game plan before moving forward, which I honestly feel like that's what this person's doing. But maybe that's what both of y'all are going to be doing together. So, okay. Let's see. That 5 of Wands that we saw earlier, when it comes to that 7 of Cups, and I kept talking about how this person's trying to avoid some sort of interference in some way. They feel kind of stuck on that, but they're trying to get out of it. They're trying to avoid that altogether. This could be this third party energy. If that's the case, it does say everything will unfold for the greatest good of all involved. So I think that's going to play itself out or happen the way that it's supposed to. You have the camera. So making memories or something to do with capturing a moment. Something that I heard in my head. Memories, capturing a moment. Yeet or be yeeted. Yeah, I feel like this person's, I think they are afraid of losing you or losing the opportunity. This is tiny. It says, don't let your happiness depend on something that you may lose. That's weird, because I just said what I said. That's this too. I think that's why this person really gets so anxious, is because they're not trying to put, like I said before, their happiness on you in any kind of way. They want to be able to offer and bring just as much as what you have to offer and bring to the table, which isn't a bad thing, you know. We have I, V, C, K, Vix, Vicky. We have X, F, A, P, pat, fake. We have L, Q, K, P, Z, R, wrap is there. Let's wrap things up. Just turn my head. N, it's a wrap. V, registered nurse is there. We have F, sorry about that, that's my son. We have F, Y, fly, fry. We have O, X, and a Q. I heard boy in my head. Well, that's my son. He's happy. Whatever he's doing, he's happy. We do have, sorry, I'm listening to him. I know y'all can't hear what he's saying, but I do. We have Pan here. So this could have been someone that you felt like was just a Peter Pan, you know, never want to grow up with this young card. I don't feel like that's the case. F-U-C-K, I want to say it's there. Not all of it, but it's just F-C, C and K were right next to each other. So, F-Y. We have love, almost. Quit fighting. I just heard in my head. Quit fighting. I don't know why. Quit fighting. YOLO. Ron, Ronnie, Philadelphia. Zach, Park. There's so many things here, guys, so I'm going to hold these up so y'all can see them, and I'm going to leave you here. November could be important. POV. I heard Noah's Ark in my head. Which is an impossible thing, right? So it's like the impossible things. This may be something that feels like an impossible thing. Okay, I'm going to go tell my son to be quiet. Hold these up so y'all can see them. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck with this. That was a long reading. And I hope to see you. Okay, pile 3. So if you chose love, the hot air balloon, this is going to be your reading. So who's coming towards you in the next 48 hours? Well, I feel like this is someone that may be somewhat stuck on you. This may be some kind of a date or adventure that you're going to go on. This is somebody that you could be in a relationship with, or you're hoping to be in a relationship with. I do feel like there's a lot of love here. But now we do feel a hot air balloon up with hot air, and hot air can represent, you know, somebody filling you up with a lot of hot air. So let's take a look and see what else we have. Okay. So we have the first card. What's the T is threatening, imitating, threatened, and bothered. Uh-oh. Okay. This can also represent somebody trying to get you alone or in a place to where you can't just walk away or run away from them. If they're trying to confront you, that could be the case. You also have you didn't imagine it. A Knight's Tale, chivalry, an offer of love or old-fashioned values. And text message, communication, news, phone call, direct message. Boy, this is interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. This is somebody that may confront you, or that you may be confronting about a text message, and this is someone that's feeling threatened in some way around this. This could be any kind of communication. There's something here this person feels somewhat threatened by, some sort of communication. With you didn't imagine it, it's like somebody saying, well, you may have brought this up or said something to this person, where they felt like threatened by something. And this is like basically them insinuating, you know, you didn't imagine that. I do feel threatened here. This is someone that could have these old-fashioned values or the way that they do or see things, and it may come across to you as not that big of a deal, but to them it is, or vice versa. Okay, so this is what you see is not what you get when it comes to the stickers. This is not what I was thinking when I pulled that that card. Yeah, fast communication coming in. Look at that, 7 of Swords. Okay, somebody's bothered. Somebody's bothered. This is like, I feel like a conversation that starts off as, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. And you're like, you don't seem fine. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. And then finally they tell you, no, you know what? There's something that's been bothering me. And they go on to tell you, this is what's been bothering me here. I haven't been happy around some kind of communication, something that we talked about, something that happened. I have not been happy about this. You didn't imagine it. It is bothering me, and I want to talk about it. Okay, so what in the world? Who is this that's coming towards pile 3 in the next 48 hours? Did I call you a pile 2 in the beginning? I hope not. 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is something that this person's been thinking a lot about. They've been having a lot of anxiety, really bothered by something. We have the 3 of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the 3 of Cups here. So they could be bothered about conversation, communication. Could have something to do with travel or distance or something, someone else with that 3 being there. Four of Swords in reverse. This is someone, again, who's done some over-analyzing, overthinking. And lots of it. And it has to do with maybe a friendship or relationship or communication that you've had. Definitely someone else is involved. Yep, 2 3s out on the table. 3 of Wands in reverse. This may be a date that you already have kind of set up with this person, but it may not go as planned because of them bringing something up. You have Queen of Swords here. It's going to make you have to get off your throne. This is Libra energy. This is the communication, by the way. Someone that wants to set the record straight. Let's just set the record straight here. Let's keep going. Why is the 9 of Swords in the reverse? This is like somebody saying, hey, there's something that's been bothering me. You know, I noticed some kind of communication, or I noticed that you were texting someone, or I noticed that, you know, there was this phone call, or I noticed something about something that was said that's really been bothering me. It's been making me feel like there's things that I don't know. And I kind of just want to set the record straight here. I just want to ask you some questions. Can we get on the same page? Like, it has to do with this, another relationship perhaps, or some kind of commitment. Did I say the 3 of Cups? Because this is the 3 of Pentacles. I always get that backwards because it's the fish. But the fish to them, to cats, are Pentacle, you know? And so 3 of Pentacles. So someone that, look at that, King of Pentacles. This is someone that wants to make sure that, like, what are you committed to, or are you committed to them? You know, or someone wants to ask you this, if you're committed to someone. Let's keep going. Why is the 4 of Swords in the reverse? Temperance, yep. See, here's the problem. This person's just been going over this and over this and over this and over this in their head. And they want to bring balance to the situation. They want to compromise, or they want to work something out. That's like they're searching for that sense of calmness. You know, they just want to get out of their head about this. Why is the 3 of Wands in the reverse? The 2 of Swords in the reverse. Why is the Queen of Swords in here? 9 of Wands in the reverse. Huh. Sorry about my son, guys. He's next door and he's playing a game. And he's just naturally loud. I just don't know what to do about that. It's just, he has this particular volume that he likes to use nonstop. And he doesn't have any control over it. It's the strangest damn thing. I've just been in there 3 times to ask him to please be quieter, but hadn't happened yet. So next time I guess I have to do something else. But let's get through this, okay? This may be this kind of situation. You may have been asking this person something, and they may have been like, keep doing something, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, you know, I'm worried about this here because I feel like I'm just going to be straightforward. The Queen of Swords looks like she's plumb giving up on something. Like she's putting her foot down. She's like, nope, not for me. I'm not taking this. I'm not dealing with this. No, sir. And she gets up off her throne even to take off. Like, you have little Cupid here that's on her chair and she's looking back at him, but she's walking away from him. So that hot air thing that I was talking about before, where you feel like somebody's just shooting you up full of hot air, not being completely honest with you, or it's just kind of telling you what you want to hear. This may be something that's here. There may be some sort of miscommunication or plans that end up not working out. Like, it leaves you in a place to where you're kind of indecisive about the future. Or, like I always say with this card here, that's not a great idea that they're playing with 2 swords blindfolded and there's a pool right there. That just looks like that's just a bad situation, right? That's just a bad situation. So with the Queen of Swords and the 2 of Swords, it's like this Queen of Swords is saying, nope, that's not for me. I'm not doing that. Nope. So you may be putting your foot down here with someone. Let's see. How are you feeling about this person that's coming towards you? The 7 of Swords in reverse. Something's being revealed to you about them. King of Swords in reverse. This person's a liar. This person's a liar. They're lying to you about something. It's going to be revealed to you. You see this person as a liar. You see this person as a counterpart, but you're not on the same page here. And you're not fighting about this either. You're like, nope, I don't have to, and I'm not gonna. I'm a Queen of Swords. I'm not even putting up with anybody else. You know, you're over it. And you see this person as a liar. The truth is something is being revealed to you. This may have been you that's been worried about this here. And this person being committed. Tell me about the moon. Pisces, Cancer energy. 6 of Cups in reverse. And it could have been about someone from their past. There is third-party energy here, obviously, in this reading. So if this isn't your story, it's not. You would be aware of this because you are literally aware of it in the reading. See, even they're confused. Look at the way that they're all looking at this board, and this guy standing back here is like, what? What are we looking at? What is this on the table? What is going on? This could have to do about distance. It could have to do with commitment. Definitely commitment. You've been really worried about this, about some past energy here with this person. Tell me more about this. It must have been like you've been worried about, like, feeling threatened by this past energy. Tell me more about that. That 6 of Cups in reverse, please. It's the Knight of Pentacles. You may have been feeling like this person was slowly, like, going towards someone in their past, or slowly kind of getting to that. You have a Nine of Cups in the reverse. You may have felt like this person, like, there's more to the story. You may have felt like this person didn't tell you everything here, or that there was some desires here, that they were slowly desiring someone else, or something of their past. This has been like a fear for you. This is something that you feel like was a threat in some kind of way, or threatening your relationship in some way, your commitment. Why is the King of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles here? But yeah, look at that. 5 of Wands. someone here of this person's past in some way, shape, or form, whether they're there or not. It could just be in their head, you know, but it's interfering with the commitment that you have with them. Why is the Temperance and the Four of Swords in the reverse? The Magician. You've manifested this. Because you may have been the one that's kind of like, you just can't let it go. It's just like, well, I just, you know, I've tried to like think of it any other kind of way, and I can't let it go. I need to communicate this to you. I need to talk to you about this. We need to talk about this. You know, there's like this, you've wanted to make peace with something, and so you've kind of manifested the opportunity to straighten something out. Why is that Two of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse? This shifts right here big time. King of Wands, Leo energy. What shift here? I feel like what's shifting is someone that felt in control is not in control. Someone that felt like that they were in control of something, they end up, and it doesn't go the way that they expected it to. Tell me about the King of Wands. The Sun, more Leo energy. Well, he's not having it doesn't look like he's having a good time. That's the first time I've ever seen anyone in these cards on a horse, I guess. A pink horse at that. But, I mean, he looks like he's rodeoing it out there, holding that red flag in his hand. For the emperor, not the emperor, the King of Wands. This person may feel like or think they're the emperor. This is one of the ones that have the emperor-looking hat on to me, which is actually the lowest of the emperors is the King of Wands. Anyway, this person thought and felt like they had everything under control. They feel like they have everything under control here. But I feel like they're going to get an abrupt wake-up call. I don't think that that's the case at all. I think you may even block this person off. Tell me about that Queen of Swords with that Nine of Wands in the reverse. The Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? The Devil. Okay, guys. I don't know if you go into a different direction here. You go like, maybe this is just friends. You know, this can also be like, I mean, look at the way that she's looking at him. She's looking at him like he's not doing anything. So this could just simply be like, you know, having that conversation or communicating with friends, or this is emotional supportive energy here, even though they look like they're celebrating. Could be people that you kind of get around to kind of cut loose and just kind of let go because something's been very difficult. So this feels like one of those energies of, I'm just going to be honest. This feels like one of those energies of you just wanting to like go and do your own thing, or go and indulge, or go after whatever. Like you just don't care. You just don't care because this person isn't being honest with you. And you see that clearly now. You didn't imagine it. There really was like something going on, or there really was like they were thinking this, or whatever the case. And how do you find this out? It's through communication, you and this person in a conversation. Are they honest with you? I don't think so. How do you know this exactly? Well, that landed right over there, didn't it? Look, the Eight of Wands is in reverse. It's communication. Seven of Cups. Something comes to a halt. I mean, this is going to sound really weird too, guys. I got to say it. If you live with this person or have spent nights with this person, they may talk in their sleep. There may have been something here that they said or did while they were sleeping that you were like, what? Kind of stopped things. They also could have changed their behavior. Like they're in their head a lot. Like they're doing a lot of like fantasy type thinking. They just have been seeming like they were emotionally confused about something. Like there's just there's just a lot that's going on here where you're like, what? Like, why is this changed? For some of you, there could have been some communication that you caught on to here. Tell me about that. Empress in reverse. I picked it up in reverse. Came out sideways, but whatever this was, they weren't honoring or respecting you. Okay. And this could just be things that you've been picking up on with this person. Something's not been growing or changing or shifting in the way that you desired. How are you seeing this person? Aquarius energy here. How are you seeing this person? This ain't getting any better. I have a Page of Pentacles in the reverse. You feel like they haven't learned their lesson. The Ace of Wands. You may feel like this person kind of just makes decisions with their wand, perhaps. They haven't learned their lesson here. They're still playing games. I mean, that's how you see this person. This is funny right here to me, because it's like you get up off your throne to literally like move away from this because of this person's like behavior. How's this, hold on. I wanted to ask how this person reacts. There you go. There's the Emperor in reverse, the Five of Pentacles. I mean, I'm sorry I'm laughing, guys. These cards, they're funny, first off. And it's just the storyline is just like, you're not putting up with this.
Mom, I need help.
Oh, honey, what did you do to that?
I need help with this.
Obviously, I see that you need help with that. What happened to the little part that goes on it? Did you just put your hand in front of my camera? Can you not do that? Okay, here you go. Hey. This right here, put it directly into the trash can here. Directly into the trash can. Here, wait,
do directly mean like this?
Yes, directly in there. There you go, thank you. Love you.
What do you do?
Okay, thank you for that. I apologize for those fart noises. I'm just going to leave that in there because that's just my life. And I have 3 boys, so we get a lot of that around here. And the hand waves. Jeez. Anyways, I'm so professional here. I have Aries energy here with the Emperor. But the Emperor in reverse with that Five of Pentacles is like, I mean, this person's going to feel left out in the cold. For sure. How are they seeing you, though? How does this person see you? The Ten of Swords in reverse. So you may have just healed this connection with this person or resurrected something here with this person. Tell me more about that, how they see you. The Tower. Shit. I'm sorry, guys. The Tower, Scorpio energy. I mean, they see you as like that. Yeah. I mean, you've definitely had some sort of background with this person, and they see you as you're not putting up with it. I mean, they see you as like, you're not gonna take something lightly. You will not take anything lightly. They may have not been honest with you about someone in their past, and this is what you're figuring out. You didn't imagine it, you know? Tell me more about that. Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse that slid off into the floor with the Ace of Cups upright on the floor. So this person may have not been honest with you about how they felt about this person or what they had here with this person, the relationship altogether. Can you tell me more about that? The Six of Wands. There's a lot of things that they're not telling you or showing you about that person or the past. Anything else? The Six of Swords. me find out something to do with travel with this person, like that they didn't tell you about. May not have been when you were together with them, but something like that is coming up. Something's coming up around that. You have 3 sixes out on this other person. It started with the 6 of Cups in reverse. There is some emotional baggage that this person here is carrying around about this person here. And also, just around this person together, you actually have a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9. So that's kind of strange, right? This is something, like this has been, when you find yourself in this predicament, everything's been leading up to this. Like this is like everything coming to an head. How do they see you? They see you as you're not putting up with anything. You're not putting up with anything. You're 10 of Swords in reverse in the Tower. They're already on the edge with you. That 6 of Swords is moving on or transitioning or things changing. The Star. This person still fantasizes. I feel like this is someone that still fantasizes or thinks or is still healing, at least. In the least, they're still healing from something there. Okay. What do we want to look at? What's going to happen with you here after this? What's going to happen with you after this? This person thinks it's, I mean, I don't know how you act with the 3 of Swords, I mean, the 3 of Cups and the Devil here. When you give up on this, it's like, I'm done with it. Nope, ain't happening. Throw in the towel, and you go out the door, and you go to your friend's house, and you and your friend get together, and y'all have a couple of drinks, and you decide to go out and have a good time, and indulge, and just have fun, and not think about this, because you're just so fed up, with this person. You may have gave this person another opportunity or chance, and it's like they swindled it. Yeah, Page of Swords. Strength here. Knight of Wands in the reverse. You're through with this person's like behavior. You're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not doing this hot and cold thing, this back and forth, this player like energy. I'm looking for an Emperor. I'm looking for someone that's strong and stable, that's honest. It's not just filling me up full of hot air. So what are you going to do here? What are you going to do here? What are you going to do here? There's something here where I think it's just you can tell. Some of you may get actual physical evidence, but I feel like this is like you can just tell that this person's response, the way that they respond, they may say something they haven't said before about someone else, or they're just in their response, and it's like you intuitively you just pick up on it, and you're like, this person is lying out their butt. So let's see what are you going to do about this? You have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, and he's burying the fish. This is so funny. Sorry. This is like you buried, like, this, I feel like this is a card of freedom. It's breaking yourself free. It's no longer like keeping yourself stuck or captive or holding on to something. It's like you're freeing yourself. So what are you going to do here? What are you going to do? Page of Cups in the reverse. Apparently you're just going to go to the beach and have a good time. Page of Cups in reverse is, you may actually, like, I'm going to be honest, you may kind of act out emotionally towards this person. So not all of you are going to, but some of you may catch yourself reacting, freeing yourself and kind of reacting. Definitely, you may find yourself just kind of expressing yourself emotionally, and not the most stable way, obviously, you know what I mean by that. You have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you're giving up on this. You're just like, if anything, y'all are like, I gotta take a break. I need some breathing room. You have an Ace of Cups. You still love this person. That's the thing. That's the thing. But Justice in reverse, they just can't do you right. So frustrating, right? How much love you've given to this person, how much support, how much love, how much forgiveness, and they still can't do right by you. It's like they're never going to understand, or they're never going to see what they do to you. You may have been like trying really hard, doing really good. You see how Spirit's offering him this huge cup of fruit, and he's sitting here staring at the chicken and the burger and the fries. But he has this bandana on like he's been working out, and it's just like somebody wanting to go back to the past behavior or going back to indulging, which what we saw here with you is, I don't feel like that I can do like the right thing in this situation because I'm so frustrated or so upset or mad because you're not seeing how this is totally unfair. You're not doing justice by me. You're not ever going to respect me and how much love and support I've given you. Yeah, how frustrating. I mean, no wonder you're so much in this other energy over here. So I want to get a couple of cards to kind of a little bit sum this up, I guess. We're going to use the love oracles for you guys because actually, no, I'm being drawn to something else that I haven't used in a while, which is strange. But I'm going to go for it. And I don't remember the name of these either. I think these are also called the love oracles, but let's see what they have to say. What can you tell me about the future energies? What's going to happen here moving forward? Okay. First you have restricted. You're going to restrict your heart here. And then you have unrequited. So, I mean, I feel like that this is not, I feel like this is going to go south. I'm just going to be honest. But, I mean, I feel like you're confident, and I don't feel like that you're that upset. I mean, I'm just going to be honest here. I feel like that you already have this person pegged as a liar. You're just, I don't know, maybe you just were trying like one more time or giving them one more chance, and they, just to prove to you that, yep, that's what it is. This person's just a liar. And you're just, it kind of almost gives you like, if you ever had any thought about this person and whether or not you should have tried to work something out or given them a chance or whatever, this just gives you the evidence that you needed in order to just be able to move on from it. Even though you still care about this person, it's like they're just never going to do me right. So I think that you restrict yourself in the future and try to stay away from this person. These cards say, now we're going to get real after all this laughing stuff. This is going to get real, okay? So be ready for what these cards say because it's hard. It says, I feel restricted and confined by my circumstances. Like this person, you want to love this person, but they make it almost impossible for you. And then it says, loving you was the most painful thing that I ever did. You also have a card that's way over there, and I don't know if I can reach it. Well, yeah, I can reach it. It says, making the effort. I do feel like this person's going to come back around. You may be feeling like you're stuck in a pattern with this person. Look at that, playing games at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. You're done with playing games. I mean, you're just over it. It's like dealing with drama. You know, it's like, are we still doing this? Like, can we stop like that? Like, you're just over it. And you're not in the same energy as you once were. It's like you don't even have the effort or the desire to want to just argue or even defend yourself. It's like, what's the point? Look, warning, don't dismiss the red flags. This person will come back around. This may be a pattern. I think you're looking at this person differently. Tell me about, what would this person say to you if they could say anything? Look at that. I do wish you well. What would this person say to you if they could say anything? You're gonna start to see like the pattern. I pretend that you don't matter that much. You're gonna start to see the pattern of this person, like when they do something wrong and you say you're leaving and you leave, and then the way that they act, it's gonna almost make you like kind of cringe because you can identify with like how this person is acting. It's like, I already have your pattern pegged. I know exactly what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. And it doesn't affect me anymore. I already know what you're going to do to try to, make it up to me or put in the effort. They just don't affect you or phase you like they did. I do wish you well. I want you back. Put away the computer. This person can even say like, I'll work less so that we can build our relationship. If that's the case, that right there is the message, is the warning, is the red flag. What Asha said. If this person says to you after all this, I'll work less so we can spend more time together, and I'll put in that effort, you know. That's how you're going to know that this is your reading for sure. I focused on you instead of my pain. This person may have kind of, in a way, if they went from one relationship here to the other, and they weren't like over this, they weren't healed, or they were the one that was dumped, you know, even, I don't feel like they fully healed from this. They may have just kind of, you know, for lack of a better word, used you to fill that void. So there's that. Not that they didn't care about you, but they weren't healed from that last relationship either, and it's kind of seeping into yours, you know. You don't want to be with somebody, trust me, I've been there. You do not ever want to be with somebody that's still attached to someone else in any way, because it does affect your relationship significantly. You're not fully there. You're not giving to that person in the same way. You can't. You know, your heart is somewhere else, or your mind is somewhere else. So it's not equal, and it just ends. It just never works out. At least not in my experience. What advice do you have for Pole 3? Okay. Necessary sacrifice. Love yourself is at the bottom, which I feel like is most important. Number 49. You are always enough as you are. It's time to make your happiness a priority. Listen to what your inner self is saying. So listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Y'all got 4 cards actually. Number 75, dance with fire. Do more of what makes you happy and feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you and lights up your soul on fire. So there you go. That's what you need to be focused on here. Necessary sacrifice, number 14. 14 is the temperance, and this is what you're looking for, is that peace and compromise and understanding and being on the same page and making something a reality, not just empty words, with no action. You know, this is what you're looking for. And in order to have that, you have to make sacrifices. I don't think this person's willing to sacrifice like you are. And you may have felt like you sacrificed a lot. You can't have a new beginning without letting something go. Create space for change and new things will find you. So if they can't let something go, or they haven't, maybe you should let them go. Just saying. I think that's what's kind of coming here. Number 60, look up. What you perceive to be over is merely a catalyst for change. What was will return in a different form. So you may have felt like maybe you went with this person because you thought your opportunities were gone. You know, maybe you went with this person because they were familiar, or they seemed safe in some ironic way, you know, because of the familiarity perhaps. But I feel like this is changing you. I feel like that it's putting a fire within your soul of wanting to love yourself and do right by yourself. And by doing that, I think in a little time, you'll find yourself a different person. This is going to change you and make you realize your value and who you are, because you're standing up for yourself. You know, you're loving yourself. You're standing up for yourself. And I think that something is going to come back around, like this person, of the potential you see in them, in a completely different form, with someone that really does care about you, and someone that really will make sacrifices for you and stick to their word of what they say they're going to do. Okay. What advice overall to leave Pile 3 with? Ooh, that came right out fast, didn't it? And way up in there. Number 3, Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation. I'm here and helping you. I don't know if some of y'all may have a brother that's passed and his name's Michael, but that's something that just came through when I was reading that. I don't get a lot of messages like that, so when I do, I like to make sure I mention it. Okay. Here we go. So you may have some guardian angel there looking out for you. Let's see. And there's playing games there. But you're taking control. You're taking control of it. You're not allowing for it. You have the heart here with the world. We saw that with the 3 of Pentacles. So there's distance here. There could be distance here between the 2 of you. This could be a long-term relationship, or, a long-distance relationship. You may have your heart set on moving or going in a different direction or something like that. You may be in different places, you know. I don't know, there's something important about that. You have the rocket ship with the little astronaut on top of it. So getting the hell out of there. That may be something that's here. Just saying, it may be. This could also represent, yeah, like quickly getting out of something, you know, protecting yourself and quickly moving away from something. Feeling good, like I should. Yeah, you should feel good. Have you ever like thought about something and you're like, you know, I have just been through way too much to put up with this. Like, I don't have to be here, you know. Yeah, stress less and smile more, exactly. You also have yeet or be yeeted. And then you have don't worry about things that you can't control. Yeah, it's funny in our relationships how we try to control the other person's thoughts almost. You know, like, don't you be thinking about this. And like, you realize, oh, you can't control that. If that is what's going on, then maybe I need to do what's best for myself in this scenario. You have R and M or W. Mr. is here. We have XO. So XO, hugs and kisses. This person may be like, you know, love bombing you here in the near future. This could also be a W. Wrong. This could be like this person's last chance with you. Okay. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave you right here. I heard Rome in my head. And then for some reason I heard fly me to Bermuda, which is off a Sword in the Stone, which I had a conversation a while back about this. So maybe that's why it came to mind, but fly me to Bermuda. Okay, I heard Molly in my head. Roxy. Not very many initials, but okay, guys, I'm gonna leave right here. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck. I think that y'all have this under control, though. But thank you so much, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, pile 4. So real quick, y'all have the jellyfish. And we're trying to figure out who's going to come towards you in the next 48 hours. And I wanted to read y'all something. The jellyfish is actually, it's a really spiritual symbolism. And the one thing that stuck out to me with it is that it represents letting go of past hurts and embracing the present moment. When I looked this up, I was kind of surprised at that, it being the jellyfish. I don't know necessarily I've ever studied the jellyfish. I'm sure I have, but it's been a while since, I mean, I haven't seen even anything of a jellyfish in a long time, to be honest with you. But it says that the creature's known for their adaptability and resilience. So jellyfish are a symbol of personal growth and the ability to navigate through life's challenges. It's about emotional healing and reminding individuals of the importance of letting go of the past and embracing the present moment. So this may be, as far as who's coming towards you, someone that is either in this energy, or this is someone, or this is the way that you are feeling. You know, you're trying to let go of the past and embrace the present moment, or they are. Okay, so a jellyfish, although it's very beautiful, can also sting. So I also want to say that, you know, I haven't seen these cards yet, so let's see what we have. So the first one is the what's the T, and it says bad habits, drugs, addictions, and toxicities. So for some of you, this could be someone that's trying to detox. They're trying to get rid of things that aren't good for them anymore. Also, by the way, real quick, I'm sorry if my camera is a bit shaky. Again, for, I don't know, the 1,500th time, I've had to redo my whole setup, so I'm sorry and apologize. I'm gonna work on that. I just do not have the time at this moment. I am a one-woman show over here. So let's see what else. This is the Hidden Truth Oracles. You and I were too young. So this is like somebody that's wanting to do things differently. This is someone that maybe they're wanting you to see them differently. Twin flame. So you could feel like this is a twin, or you could be, or they feel like that with you, but there's somebody that you feel very connected to. something may have happened with this person as well that caused them to want to change their life. Could have been something to do with this bad habit. Look at that, reconciliation. I love it. This is awesome. I really like this a lot. And you know, not everybody's going to like it because it's reconciliation. So we're talking about somebody of the past, and you know, that's okay if you don't, but this is what we're seeing here. And I'm not going to just unsee this card because it says reconciliation, but I definitely, and this may not be something that is romantic for some of you, even though you have twin flame here, that can mean many different things. You know, you could be someone that is helping this person through some shadow stuff, or you have in the past. But I do feel like this is love, so I'm going to kind of read it as that, but only take what fits. General reading, of course. So I feel like this is someone that is trying to, that has changed. They want to do things differently here. You have this second chance. I miss you, back together. This is someone that sees you as their counterpart. This is someone that maybe feels like their life is different now, or their life has changed, you know. It's not the same as when the two of you were young. Maybe they were, you know, doing a lot of unnecessary things that hurt the two of your relationship, and this is what they want to, you know, they want to do things differently here. Or they're simply saying by this card is that they weren't aware of how their actions or what they were doing was affecting people around them, or affecting you, or affecting the relationship, and they see that now, you know, and they want a second chance. So take a big giant deep breath. Here we go, you know. Here we go. This person may have felt like that you were very disappointed in them. At some point. Okay, so this is the Neuroteric Feminine Tarot. Who is this person? What do they want? That's coming towards Paul for in the next 48 hours. So you have the Knight of Cups. So this person has a wish, a desire. You do have the Judgment here in the reverse. So it's some Scorpio energy that's there. I don't even know what to do with this, guys. I don't know. I do not know. Let's try this one. There we go. That about gets it all. So with Judgment being in reverse, I feel like that this person may be trying to change your mind. Let's keep going. King of Pentacles. This is someone that's showing up in a King of Pentacles energy. Strong, stable, sturdy, secure, abundant, or just well established. You have a Two of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. Look at that. This person's coming to you saying that they have made some bad decisions. They went down the wrong path at some point, and they know how you see them. They know how you're looking at them. They know, like, you are in this Queen of Swords energy, perhaps. You could be the King of Pentacles as well. You got to take gender out of it, you know, with tarot. To me, I always see all the queens are the nurturer side. So it's your feminine energy acting out, and in that way. And if you're in this masculine energy, then it's your masculine energy acting out in that particular energy, like the pentacle or the sword. So the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords upright. She's trying to be logical, smart, and protect herself. The King of Pentacles is someone upright that is, you know, honest, truthful, wants to be loyal, is strong and stable. This is what they're bringing to the table. But you are guarded here. You know, you are in this Queen of Swords energy, I feel, where you are protecting yourself. So take whichever side resonates with you. I know this is about who's coming towards you. But this, I feel like, is how things are just going to come together with the two of you. There's definitely two people here. Okay, so let's see what else. What's the Nine of Cups? This person has a wish. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They want you to be their counterpart. They want you to be on the same page with them. They want you to see them in a different way. They want you to change your mind about what you want. Tell me about the, that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energies there. Why is the Judgment in reverse? You have the Chariot. So this is the changing mind energy. This is someone that is saying, you know, I have gotten myself in control, you know. I've been able to pick myself up. I'm headed in the right direction. This person may even say, you know, you were a part of that in some way that kind of helped them to see things they didn't see. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. You have a Page of Cups here, so this is a message that's coming in. This person wanting to, I think that they want to offer you something, or I think they may just want to communicate with you and kind of put it out there that they're doing really well, you know. They want to show you who they are now versus who they once were. They want to show themselves to you, show you where they are, what they have, like how good they're doing, you know. Why is the Two of Wands in the reverse? The Six of Swords. So this is progress. This is a tradition, not tradition, transition. Okay. So maybe something to do with doing something traditional. I mean, that would represent King and Queen of Pentacles, of course. Not for everybody, okay? Not for everybody, but for some of you, this person may have been with someone that was very toxic for them, and they've decided to move away from that person. This is someone that's saying, I'm no longer making the same decisions or choices that I've made. I have learned my lesson, and I want to do things differently now, or am, or have been. Why is the Queen of Swords here? The Five of Pentacles. This person, they may feel like that you've abandoned them, and but they don't look down on you for that. This is someone that's saying, yeah, you abandoned me and I deserved it, you know, the Five of Pentacles is when the Queen of Swords is like, she leaves something behind because she knows she has to. And I think this is something that's coming out. Like, I know what you did. Like, you had to do what you did. Maybe even an apology that this person is bringing towards you. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That Eight of Cups. So some of you, this person walked away from someone, you know. This is also like this person saying, I know you had to do what's right for you. I know you had to walk away from me. I know you had to do what's best for you. Why is the Chariot and Judgment in reverse? This is like tough love energy. Ten of Pentacles. This may be family for some of you. Not everybody, but Ten of Pentacles is like, I mean, this is a huge turnaround, right? This is somebody that's kind of saying, you know, I no longer am blaming everyone else for my foundation or where I am. I'm taking responsibility. I'm moving myself in the right direction. I'm moving myself in a positive direction, and I feel really good about where I'm at. Why is the Page of Cups here? The King of Wands. So this Leo energy, this person is bringing not only a sense of knowing, wanting to honor you, or wanting to value or trust you, or bringing that to the table. They're also bringing like a desire, a passion, or they feel confident in themselves as well. You know, they feel confident coming towards you. Why is the Six of Swords here with the Two of Wands in reverse? That's Leo energy with the Sun again. Yeah, I mean, this is transitioning, moving into a good place. I also feel like obviously this reconciliation or the second chance is up to you, but I feel like this person does miss you. That's this Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. It's like they know why you did what you did, but that they do miss you. They still miss you. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. This would be the reconciliation. This would be someone saying, you know, I want another chance. I want another opportunity here because I miss you. Okay, so how are you seeing this person? The Sun is also a new beginning. You know, it's about a brand new beginning. I can see clearly now the rain is gone, you know? I can see all obstacles in my way. How does that song? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I'm not sure, guys. I can't think of it. That's all I got for right now. That's all I got. Okay, so let's see how you are seeing this person. How are you seeing this person? I know it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. Uh-oh. Yeah?
I'm tired.
You came in here to tell me you're tired?
Yes.
I love you.
But I don't try to tell on the poor.
So sorry, guys. My son came barging in here. Okay, so let's see. How are you seeing this person? I feel like I need to give this a shuffle. How are you seeing this person? Eight of Swords in the reverse. Page of Wands. I mean, you feel like this is good news. You may have been worried about this person at some point, you know, and you may have been like wondering if they're doing all right. Maybe you had to stop talking to this person. But I mean, you feel like you're good. You feel good. Like you're happy that they're doing well. You know, this gets you out of your head at least. If you were curious or wondering or worried about this person, maybe you're worried about the worst case scenario. You know, this person could have been somebody that really falls off into bad habits. They could have had addictions. They could have just been in a toxic relationship, you know, but there wasn't anything that you could do about that. That's someone that had to kind of learn themselves. Maybe you tried and that ended up just hurting you. Okay, so what else? How are you seeing this person? You have a Two of Swords in the reverse. You're indecisive, though. You are indecisive. You're indecisive about whether or not you should open up the door here. Maybe unblock this person, you know. You're happy that they're doing good, but you're indecisive about what you should do about that, about them coming around. Seven of Wands in the reverse. You may have a lot of stuff going on right now. You don't know if this is something that you want to deal with. You want to kind of fight for, you know. You don't know if this is something that's like worth it. Anything else about how you feel about this person? Seven of Cups in reverse. I mean, I feel like that I just feel like that you're kind of in a place where you feel as if this is something that's just, I don't know, I keep feeling like maybe you just don't have space for this right now. Like you're glad that this person's doing really well, but you don't know if this is the best thing for you to get back into something with this person. You have these 2 7s, an 8 and a 2. You don't feel like maybe this is like you should get too much involved. Maybe this person's done this before and they relapsed, you know, they've done this before and they went back to something toxic. What are you going to do about this? What is the possibilities here? The possible outcome? What are you going to do here? You have a Knight of Pentacles. You're going to take it slow. The Six of Wands, and see what happens. And hope for the best. You know, you're going to take it slow and see how it goes. The Three of Swords. I still feel like for some of you, you may still keep yourself separated, even if it hurts to do that. I feel like you feel like that's the best thing for the situation, is to just keep your distance. What's going to happen here? How will you react? Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. So that's slowly like getting more comfortable with someone, slowly starting to have more conversation, to have more knowledge or depth in conversation, slowly starting to support someone, or slowly like starting off a relationship slow. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Yeah, the King of Swords in reverse. Because you don't know if you can trust this person. This is like, show me. This person can say things all day long, but until you see it, it's not gonna stick in your mind. You have to see this person not only saying but doing. Why is the Three of Swords here? Two of Pentacles. You are going to be faced with some sort of decision in the future. You're going to have to, like, you have to prioritize your own heart here. And what's best for you. Really. I mean, that's what this is. You may have given too much to this situation in the past, and it ended up burning you. You know, you got burnt in the situation itself, and you were innocent bystander, or you know what I mean, just like something like that. And so you have to kind of let this person do this on their own, and you also have to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself and you're not allowing yourself to get hurt. Or yeah, to me this is like definitely protecting your heart. Remember, you're in that Queen of Swords energy for me. So Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like, also, for some of you, you may have other things going on in your life, maybe even another relationship, perhaps. Not for everybody, but it could be that there's like another relationship or just other things like going on in your life. And you may be saying to yourself, you know, that's my priorities. I have to make sure that I maintain my priorities and where I am. I can't be giving too much attention to this situation. But it's not like you're non-existent either. You know, you're still there for this person. Anything else that you need to know about this person? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Swords. The Death in reverse. I'm just going to be honest. This may be a lot of talk. This is action here, the Eight of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. The Page of Swords is about communication, truth, a message. Could be about spying. This person could be spying on you, spying on your work, if that's the case. But I mean, I don't feel like this person's done as much work as what they said they've done. They may not be completely honest here. This is what you need to know about this person. And you may already figure that out. You may figure that out here, that they are not being honest, or recognize they're not telling you the full truth about some things. So you may pull back your energy in order to protect your own heart here. Not giving this too much attention or higher expectations. You're not expecting a lot here, right? But this person is coming back towards you. They want to reconcile. They're gonna tell you, and it's not like they're not doing good. You know, they are, but they may talk that up a lot higher than what where they're actually at. I do feel like with death in reverse, it's possible that this person may end up repeating a pattern. Scorpio energy. 10 of Cups in reverse. This person may just not have a very good supportive team. They may feel that way, even if they do. They feel like they don't have a good supportive energy around them. You have an Ace of Swords here. This person, I feel like, has a hard time with disappointments. They have a hard time handling disappointments. They may have never had that, or felt like they've never had that support system that they've really wanted or needed. The Emperor. You have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This could have been somebody that you were married to. This could have been somebody that you shared a home with at some point. This could be family, you know, you shared a home with them at some point. This person could be repeating some kind of family history cycle here as well, especially if this has to do with addictions. You know, that could be part of the genetics there, the family history in some kind of way. You have Aries energy here, Scorpio. The truth is that even if this person is in a position to where they feel like they're in control, then they're still like not happy. And so that's what's causing them to repeat a cycle. I feel like this person's wanting like happily ever after in some way, and they may just not ever get that. This feels like somebody that's like asking you to flip a switch, and you just can't do that with someone, you know, that's already shown you all their shadow side. You're naturally going to be defensive or protective of yourself. And when they don't see that switch in you, they kind of, this is someone that would have a lot of coping mechanisms, or, you know, when they get down in the dumps, they really get down in the dumps. You know, that kind of energy is here. But where's the line at with that? You know, like, where do you say, okay, well, I can't just keep giving to this and you in this situation, expecting something out of you that I'm not getting, or I'm just wasting my time here, you know. Let's get a few more cards. Let's see what let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see if we can pull anything that will give us some indicators. If there's anything else I'm missing. What can happen here? You have the circus is in town, out of control, unpredictable situation, and the cosmos, soul gifts, divine plan, consuming passion, lustful desire, sexual chemistry, and infatuation. You may have gave this person, kind of fed their need in some way, you know. You kind of fulfilled them with what they needed to be fulfilled with in some way. And in order for you to give that back, they feel like they have to kind of clean themselves up or do better. So here's the thing. When you do something for someone else and not for yourself, it won't stick. That's what the scenario, that's what the situation is here. And you know that. And you recognize that. And even though you may still care and love this person, you also know that you also have to care and love yourself. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and let's get some advice. This was a harder reading. These readings were clash of opinions is here. So the two of you may have different ideas about what you should do, how you should do it. Some of you may have moved away from this person and found happiness. You know, you may have found peace, or like you're fine being on your own or by yourself. And there's good news here, okay? The wait is nearly over. Expect to receive news in an important issue that will have a positive outcome. Number 64. So I do feel like that the thing is that this is good news. I mean, this person's doing better. They're making better decisions. But who is it for, right? You also have Angel of Dreams. So you may have been dreaming about this person or this situation. It's the number 48. And it says, angels have been waiting with you. Angels have been working with you during your dream time by giving you important messages that will help you with this situation. So keep that in mind. And then you have 77. Ghost of the past. Let go of the ghosts that haunt you and stop obsessing about what you don't have. Remember, closure comes from inside of you. Okay, I'm going to get an overall card to leave y'all with. What did I do with them? Hiding my cards for myself lately. It's a fun game I like to play with myself every now and then. Just hide the cards. Let's just hide the cards from myself. Let's do that today. Why not? I don't have enough on my plate. Okay, so this is like a mix of some different oracle cards. Let's see what comes out. Advice for pile 4 about this and this person. Okay. We have the courage to be free. Wow. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. Number 28. That's what this person is like. This right here, consuming passion. They play off of their desires here, and you have more of a sense of control of who you are in yourself. And those are your their demons, and yours are different, you know. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that there. Let's get some initials real quick. Okay. Just a little bit of a shake here. I can pull some different ones. Not very many initials in the bowl. So far is B, X, and Y. Okay, and then we have M, J, and W, or an M, or a H. You also have, I'm working on myself, for myself, by myself. That's exactly what I was talking about, you know. You gotta, if you're gonna work on yourself, you need to do it for yourself and no one else. That way it'll stick. I am not a morning person. So this is somebody that's maybe hard to deal with at times, especially if they're going through some detox for sure. You become what you believe. And mistakes are proof that you are trying. So you know this person's trying, but you can't give this person perhaps what they're wanting. We have H, J, W, or M, B, Y, and X. Maybe. Homework, I always see homework with that, which I got to go do with my son right now. By the way, be right back. All right, guys. Hey, I told you I'd be back. I just heard that in my head, so there you go. J, I feel. Like J-A-Y, J. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you here. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys with this, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.